and people are walking around and stuff, so hopefully you can hear us.
We'll talk loud.
Okay. So, how are you enjoying the tour so far?
Enjoying it very well, thank you. It's been a great one. I mean, we're about a little more than halfway done. I mean, it's kind of a short tour for us. Only, I think it ended up being 19 shows, and what they consider the B markets in the country. You know, no really major cities we're playing, other than New York City tomorrow, which I guess is a major city. But you know, to play, say, Providence, and you know, the places we played on this tour, like Madison, Wisconsin,
Right.
you know, things like that. It's been a lot of fun. You know, a lot of people come up to us and you know, they can't believe we're in their town. You know, because they're used to traveling to the bigger cities to see us. So,
you guys travel a lot.
yeah, we do travel a lot. So for, like I said, for this one to be more of a B market tour, playing some smaller cities, the shows have been great because the fans are really excited that we're in their towns.
Right.
And I'm sure tonight will be, you know, just as exciting.
I don't think you ever, or you might have played here in Australia.
We never played this particular place. We're trying to think the last time we were in Providence. It's been a while. Unfortunately, I can't recall. You know, but
Yeah.
I know we've played here before, but yeah, never this place.
It's a good place.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks nice. Well, you know, just of course the touring that goes along with it. You know, we're always just kind of, I mean, we're really just going along doing the things we've done for years. You know, we put out an album, we tour, you know, we go home and do it again. You know, I mean, I guess the fact that Torture's doing so well, being our 12th CD, and the reception from the fans has been tremendous. You know, it's selling well. You know, a lot of people are talking about it, saying it's our best and all that. So that's been really
I know
exciting.
it's one of your best.
Well, thank you. That's been really exciting for us to, you know, to hear it from the fans and all that. And like I said, our 12th CD to arguably be our best is an amazing thing. And then of course going out and doing these shows and playing the new songs live. You know, like a song like Scourge of Iron, where people are really freaking out about. You know, and then we play it live, and you know they go. It's a very intense song, and then the fans love it. So just seeing the reaction, of course, of the fans has been a highlight, of course. But you know, and we're fortunate to do some cool things for this album. We just got back from Southeast Asia, and we played in Australia and Japan. We've been to those countries before, but we played China for the very first time, and Thailand and Indonesia. So the fact that we were able to do that, like I said, for the first time, it was awesome. Very
played
gracious.
Malta too, which I thought was
Yeah, we played Malta, and that was on the last run,
Yeah.
actually. That was for Evisceration Plague. But yeah, getting to somewhere like that, or when we went to Israel on that run as well, I mean, it was like, wow, getting to any place like that we've never been to in any situation is going to be awesome. So, it's a tough call. I mean, we got some things working on. It's probably actually not at liberty to say right now. I mean, we don't have much touring to go after this run, basically. We will have been out all year for the most part. We're going to, you know, it's already known that we're going to do Devil Driver in Europe in February with Black Dahlia Murder and I think Winds of Plague, or I forgot the name of the band. I think they're on there, so that's not really fully our doing. But we are working on something for next year, being our 25th anniversary as well next year.
to be exciting.
Yep. So we do got something in the works, but it's still too early to. But we, you know, like you were saying, we do always like to try to bring bands. This really is a prime example of that. This was our tour that we put together here. You know, the bands we wanted to bring Misery and Mix, and we wanted to bring our own Penance. They're a great band. So you know. That's you know, this run is reflecting of, you know, us wanting to bring these, and they're not newer bands, but you know, just the fact that we you know, they're great bands, and they, you know, they deserve to get noticed and seen maybe by more people. We like helping them out. So, but yeah, it'll happen in the future. We'll be bringing some more like we always do. So. I mean, it's a weird era for me these days. I don't know. I don't find myself listening to a lot of music, actually. And I love it. It's been my life and all that. I'm a metal guy, of course, you know. But I really don't. I find myself not listening to a lot of new music, if anything. You know, I know the bands that are out there, but I just really don't. I mean, listen too much. You know, I don't know. I'm reverting back to my old, you know, the old school and stuff that I grew up with. You know, so to me, a new band is a band that I found that put out 2 albums from 1969 that I never heard of before. You know, that's a new band to me. Going, yeah, wow. You know, so I'm listening to a lot of, too many bands to name, but I'm a big late 60s, early 70s rock kind of a guy, and I'm finding a lot of hidden gems and bands that existed back then that you had no idea existed. So to me, that's like the new music that's mixed with the old. But no, there are some, of course, great newer bands. Like I said, I just unfortunately don't listen to too much, so I know it's out there, but I can't make a big assessment. I mean, bands like the Black Dahlia, Murder are great band, great guys. You know, they're not even new anymore, obviously. You know,
right.
Or a band like Eon, what we're really into on Metal Blade. You know, we'd push them. Yeah, me too. But they're not a new band either.
Yeah, right.
So you know, that's kind of like, you know, I don't know. I'm not. I like that kind of death metal. To me, Eon's the epitome of death metal. So
right.
that's why that band really grabbed us and grabbed me. But other than that, man, it's tough. You know, I'm not really into a lot of new things. You know, I don't know if it's because I'm too old or getting older. Your views change, your attitude, you're stuck in your ways. I don't know. Everyone's different. But, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, of course, Erik did it, like you said, Erik did a great job on all three he did. I mean, every producer we've worked with has done an amazing job, and they're great people, great guys, great producers and all that. And yes, I think Erik has done the best for us out of any of our albums. I mean, Torture is just amazing. I mean, and Kill and Evisceration were great too, you know. And he seemed to step up his game, you know, work with us to, you know, get the best sounds we want and that he wants to strive for, of course. And well, you know, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I mean, maybe it's time to move on. I mean, if we were to move on, it's by no means thinking that Erik did a bad job or we don't want to work with them anymore. It's just, sometimes it's just time to do something different. You know, you don't want to stay stagnant. You don't want to, you know, stay complacent. It's always good to kind of try different things. So it's a little too early to say or tell what's going to happen, but you know, we'll see what happens. But like I said, getting back to what you were saying, Erik did an amazing job. He's a great guy. He's obviously a very good friend of ours. You know, he's a great guitar player. I mean, that was a big key and a big positive having somebody of his background being a producer as
right.
well.
Yeah.
Because when you compare any of the producers that we've worked with in the past, like I said, all great producers, but the one thing that they don't have is the typical death metal background, say somebody like Erik has. You know, so he's going to know the ins and outs more so than, you know, maybe other producers that are you know, great ears and great knowledge, but you know, they're not from where we came from in a sense. You know,
right.
if you know what I mean. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't miss living in Buffalo. I miss Buffalo because it's my home. You know, my whole family's still there. So it's kind of like, I'll always consider that home, regardless of where I might live or anything like that. Exactly. Living as long as we've been now, when I visit and everything, I don't miss this. I do not miss this kind of weather.
It's snowing, by the way.
Exactly. And it's a typical, you know, northeastern, you know, fall and going to be winter.
Storm.
And just gloom and you know, dank and, you know, rainy, cold, snowy, whatever. I don't miss that. So yes, when I go home, sure, you know, I miss my family and I miss what I know and what you've known as growing up, and that's always going to be the most dear to you. But could I ever move back? I don't think so. I mean, we've been in Florida so long. We love Florida. I love Florida. You know, so it's kind of that bittersweet thing. But yeah, I mean, really, mostly it's my family. That's the only reason I probably go back, of course, is because of that. And I go back at least once, twice a year. So you know, I'll always do that to visit. But yeah, moving back, I don't know. I mean, you know, in the early days, I guess, I mean, obviously that's why we became Cannibal Corpse and all this kind of thing. I mean, it made sense. We're all into the horror aspect of, you know, of entertainment, books, novels, short stories, movies, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, movies were a big thing for us back in the day. Still are, but, you know, it's not the same thing with music. It's not like I sit around and watch horror movies all day or movies for that matter. Not like it used to be, you know. Yeah. So yeah, we have our classics, the stuff we grew up with that was, you know, I mean, to me, it's like the first Halloween will always be one of the most intense movies, and you know, Exorcist. I mean, you know, the ones that everybody talks about, but that's the stuff we were growing up with, you know, back in 1980 or 79 when you're 10 years old, and a movie like that's, I'm like, wow, of course it's going to stick with you if you see it back then. So those, right, those are all just, you know, The Shining. I mean, you know, really even the first like couple Friday the 13th movies, and you know, the first Nightmare on Elm Street is a pretty brutal movie. You know, it got pretty silly, of course, later on after that. But all those movies from the early 80s, of course, are major influences for us. But I mean, it may have had more of an influence back then, and the way I look at it, because I'm a lyricist, of course, in the band, which you probably know, but to me, it's like, that's all embedded, I think, in us now, and, for me, what I do is say, what I did for Torture, okay, I gotta write lyrics. I don't go, okay, now I need to read books, I need to watch movies, and I've absorbed this my whole life,
Yeah.
So now it's just take what I've absorbed, take all those influences maybe, and then do my own thing, and go from within and bring that out, So of course, yes, they were influences to start, but like I said, nowadays to me it's just, bring it from within my own imagination, and I need, you needed those influences to start yourself out, I guess, but like I said, we've been doing this for so long, and we're older now, so yeah, I don't, I don't, do anything like that now. Maybe back in the day we would have.
Yeah.
We're all just growing, learning. It's just the advice you're going to have for anybody that wants to do anything in life. You just don't give up. You stick to what's in your heart, what you believe, and you don't give up. I mean, and that goes I think that's just a life lesson. It doesn't matter if it's you want being a musician in a metal band or an actor or a football player. It doesn't matter. It's all, if you really have this desire, just try, because you know what, you might regret it later if you don't at least try. If you have such a passion, and that's what we were. We had a passion for doing this. We grew up, as fans of music, and then it becomes your life. It becomes a part of who you are as a person, and then you're still becoming a person because you're a teenager and all this, and then you go, well, I want to do this. I want to make my own music. I want to express myself this way because it's so much a part of me. And then I'm just going by experience, because we never had anybody. We never went and looked for advice or we just did our thing. We just did what we loved, and we pushed each other, and because we wanted it, where there's a will, there's a way, and if it didn't work out, you know what, I could look back, say, if I was just doing some job now and go, I tried. It would be one thing if I didn't try, then there's always those what ifs, because I didn't try. So I think really just as long, if you're really that passionate about it, and don't give up, stick true, to what's in your heart, and good things can happen. So like I said, that's just I think a lesson for the way to go about life in general.
That was deep.
Yeah, deep. It's very
That was super deep.
Philosophical, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
I would just say thanks for the fans, for the support over the years. If it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be here. Death metal wouldn't exist, I mean, it goes full circle. So, thanks for the support. Keep it up, and stay death metal. So.
All right, and that was the interview. And make sure you go buy Torture if you haven't already. It's an awesome album. And make sure to check them out on their tour right now in the U.S. with Our Penance and Mazurkiewicz, right?
Yes.
Yes. So do that.
All right.